I think one of the most important and powerful parts of building any collection is thinking for yourself, right? I think this is a really crucial part that distinguishes any collection from any other one. Um, we obviously have, right, the classically referred to mantle maze cards, the legends, so on and so forth, right? And this it's not to invalidate any of that, but it is to say a huge part of thinking for yourself. I think in the context of baseball cards is your concept of value and how value functions for you when you're examining and thinking about cards. And sometimes that concept of value is going to match up with the market, right? Like a certain card that you collect or you want to collect is going to be, I don't know, what, thousands, tens of thousands of dollars, so on and so forth. You name it, maybe millions, or who knows, right? Maybe it's that Shoeless Joe Cracker Jack card. I think that for me is one where I'm like, yeah, you know, that matches up, that aligns totally. Like my vision of the value of that card aligns with what I'm seeing on the market in terms of the way it's being valued collectively. But sometimes, right, I think you got to think for yourself and go your own way. And I think a lot of the time people are afraid to do that, right? They'll say, oh, I'm just buying this card because it's affordable, or like I'm buying this card because everyone else thinks it's valuable, or the market value of this is going to trend up or whatever. And that to me is kind of a bunch of nonsense, right? Because the reason I build a collection, or what I'm thinking about when I'm building my collection, is what it means to me, right? What the value of that piece is to me and why. And that leads me directly into this. Believe it's a 46 through 66 maze. No, 47 through 66 maze exhibit. Um, I saw this. This is actually one of the first cards I got this year. Little background: I had not bought any baseball cards since probably 2007 or 2008. Um, yeah, I was in like middle school at that point, um, and came back definitely with a vengeance this year, and really remembered the joy of that. And a huge part of that, I think, the benefit has been I'm not like, I don't pay attention to the marketplace, and I don't particularly care. Um, it's interesting to me, right? It's interesting to see what people value and why. But this card was a great example, right? I saw this, and I've seen the other Willie Mays cards right on the market. There's plenty. Um, all the tops cards, the different grocery or food cards. Um, but this exhibit, really, to me, I mean, he's this is a rookie card, and the way that you can tell this is by the Made in USA at the bottom here. Um, that ability, right? It's this is something that you can do your research with, and you kind of look through the various different years, and those years change based on. Got the cat yelling out here. Hold on, I think he's fine. The different years change. Hold on. So the different years change based on this basically this little stamp. There's a couple of different things through which you can like refer to on these cards and understand exactly which year it came from, right? If not exactly the year, 2 years. So I think this one, if I'm remembering correctly, was a 51, 53, but uh, it's May's rookie. So really fascinating to do that undercover work and understand exactly where it was from. I mean, obviously, so young in this photo, and you got this batting stance one. There's a portrait one that that comes from. It's actually a little later on in the 47 to 66 run. when he is on the San Francisco Giants at that point. It's the other kind of version of this card. There's two. One is portrait, the other's batting. And it's that great facsimile signature there, along with the batting stance and that grayscale background. Really great example to me of a classic vintage card that's straddling the pre-war and post-war era. Um, and so this is the concept of value to me, right? Because I got this, I think I won it in auction for like $30, and that auction win for me towards the beginning of this year was, I mean, it was great because it's the sense of I got this card that to me is immensely more valuable than the market is valuing it at, right? You've got this Willie Mays rookie card, right? And just because it's an exhibit, kind of postcard style arcade exhibit, it's kind of being treated differently by the collecting world, which to me is kind of funny, right? It doesn't make a lot of sense, but I'm happy for that, right? That's fine because it allowed me to this to me is I think probably my favorite Mace card. This to me is kind of the gold standard. Um, it allowed me to get this piece, right? I feel the same about the Ted Williams Salutations card. That's another great example to me of a great way to get um, what I would say is, I mean, it's like a Williams rookie, right? These are cards that are um, playing era accurate rookies of these players, and it's like I don't know, tens, maybe a max 100 and a couple of tens of bucks for a really solid copy. This one's in great condition here. Um, I might as well. I could pull up the Williams exhibit that I have too. That one's a PSA. Let's see that. Yeah, there we go. Can finish up on this one here. Um, you can see kind of slight staining on the outsides, but I mean, obviously this one's incrementally more expensive than the Maze. But again, right, 30, 39, 46 salutations, and these salutations, I think they're a little less time broken up, right? I think it's a little harder to distinguish their years based on the Made in USA. I'd have to look back and refresh. I was going really deep into it at one point, but I mean, obviously here this is a Williams rookie image. You know, it's very young Williams, and again, that's catching you right at 39 when he steps onto the scene. They have a number 9 on the jersey showing. It's another kind of variation, which I think is more rare than this one. Um, but these cards are great, right? I was looking at some of the DiMaggio's too, right? The DiMaggio is a great version. I'm probably, I mean, I got the Williams and the Mays. I'm probably good on the exhibits. I'll look at some kind of. Oh, I didn't even pull it up. I'll look at some kind of stranger versions of the DiMaggio's, but these are some really great cards, and really glad to have both of these. I would probably pick up like a 54 Williams. I really like that design. You know, he's kind of smiling, having a good time in that orange background. I think it's really solid. But I mean, as far as I'm concerned, you got a Williams rookie and a Mays rookie. Um, and from there, you know, once I kind of have my player and I have, you know, the card that I want that player to kind of represent or be represented by in my collection, um, I feel pretty good about it. So that's what I got there. I'll catch you on the other side.